it was something that kind of, was a just part of my childhood and part of my culture for so long, and it is a very deep, kind of dark, can be dark idea, and we felt like it was something that we hadn't explored in animation, really, or in a lot of movies. So it felt like something that was very relatable.
Con Gatica y Javier Ibarreche.
Congratulations on this film. Just so you know, Golden has been #1 over like 2 weeks now in the radio station I work in Mexico.
Aww.
So it's crazy how far this went. I love it. And, Maggie, I would like to start with you. What kind of, human concerns and human problems inspired this story besides obviously your own heritage?
Koreans use shame a lot as a form of punishment. And, I think it's kind of common in a lot of Asian cultures. And, I joke about it, but it was something that kind of, was a just part of my childhood and part of my culture for so long, and it is a very deep, kind of dark, can be dark idea, and we felt like it was something that we hadn't explored in animation, really, or in a lot of movies. So it felt like something that was very relatable, and something kind of like pretty, like a modern problem of people hiding a part of themselves because they're ashamed of it, or they just don't feel like it'll connect with people or be accepted. And so we thought it could have a very universal message for today's times. So we really wanted to lean into it.
You probably have heard this a lot this day, and if not, you gave us a masterpiece. So thank you so much for that. Like, I could watch this film in loop for days.
Yeah.
So thank you
you
for that. And Chris, I wanted to ask you, because I know you came on board pretty early when this was developing. When was that moment for you where you knew you had something special in your hands? Because what has happened with this film over the world is just crazy. Like, to me, it's crazy. I cannot imagine how it is for you.
Yeah, I feel like one of the first things that Maggie and I bonded on was, when we were collaborating, was this idea of a film that's kind of about the power of music, which sounds so cheesy, but the thing we kind of agreed on early on was we're not going to talk too much about it. Mm-hmm. We just need to make music that makes people feel things, including exploration of tough things, because a lot of great music, including pop music, whether it's Driver's License or any like seeming anthemic pop song, that's about pain and heartbreak and the longing to like heal from something. So I think we really put all of our talents and efforts into making music that was really powerful. And then you see the movie in this very like meta way is like bringing people together at sing-alongs and at nightclubs. And it just was like the movie sort of proved itself in the real world, and that felt amazing.
I think you guys should release a version where the notes are not that high, so other people
Right? I know. It's not fair.
But that actually leads me to my next question, which is, what kind of demons did you discover music can fight while making this film? Because I think what you did, it's just universal, but I'm guessing you guys figured out some things as well in the way.
Yeah.
In kind of when we were crafting the story early on, it was during COVID times, and we were thinking about this idea of music fighting evil and darkness, and we kind of were like, oh, is this gonna work? And BTS was doing all these virtual concerts, and we watched it. Chris at his home and me at mine, and we literally saw like all these people and all of our friends just kind of come out of this dark cloud of COVID times and find joy. And so we saw music actually do that, and K-pop do that. So we really thought like, oh wow, maybe this will actually work, and this could be a thing that can speak to people. So yeah, it was kind of proven to us by the idols themselves.
I love it. And I have one last question, because I cannot leave without knowing this. Why is Gino the only person that has a name in this band?
It's really for kind of comedy. You know, they are side characters. We don't really explore them as characters so much. So we kind of just leaned into more of their kind of tropes, you know, and their roles in the group.
I'm just gonna name my kid Mystery. Thank you guys so much for your time.
Thank you.
Congratulations on this film. Thank you for having me.
Con Gaby Cam y Javier Ibarreche.